This is episode 5 of Paddle Showdown, a series on this channel where we compare similar paddles at different price points and see if the expensive paddle has better features or if the cheaper paddle is a better overall value. Today, we are taking a look at one of Selkirk's budget-friendly paddles, the SLK Evo 2.0 Power XL, which retails for $100, and Engage's most recent release, the Pursuit Pro MX, which retails for $259. Unlike previous episodes where we have compared smaller brands against more well-known brands, today we're comparing two of the bigger brand names in pickleball, but seeing how the budget line of Selkirk performs against Engage's newest line. Let's take a look at the dimensions first, and you can see that side by side, they are almost identical. The MX shape from Engage and the XL shape from SLK are both the rectangular elongated paddle shapes, though the XL is 0.1 inches smaller for both the length and width. They both have 13mm core thicknesses and 5.75-inch handles, though the surfaces are slightly different. Engage's Pursuit Pro line is raw carbon fiber, so it has a peel-ply texture on top of the carbon fiber surface, providing more grit on the surface, while the SLK Evo 2.0 Power uses a carbon fiber surface but doesn't have the peel-ply texture on top. Lastly, they do have similar construction processes in that they are both Gen 1 cold press paddles, so neither is thermoformed. However, the Pursuit Pro paddles are unibody and have edge foam in the perimeter, while the SLK paddles do not. But moving on to how these paddles play, let's start with maneuverability, or how quick the paddles are to swing. While both paddles have the rectangular elongated shape, they do have thinner 13mm cores, so should be on the quicker end to swing. The SLK Power does follow this, and has a low swing weight around 110, while the Pursuit Pro MX is noticeably slower to swing with a swing weight around 120. The Pursuit's swing weight is very high for a 13mm core, and is actually more similar to that of a 16mm core paddle. This is due in part to the edge foam in the perimeter of the Pursuit, and its higher overall static weight, so the maneuverability category goes to the SLK Power. Next, let's take a look at power, how much force one can apply to the ball with a full swing, like a serve or a drive. Even though the SLK paddle does have the word power in its name, it's the Pursuit Pro paddle that has significantly more power. As Gen 1 cold press paddles, you wouldn't expect either one to have power at the same level as the Gen 2 thermoform paddles, but the Engage Pursuit Pro paddles have a unique honeycomb core which makes their power levels similar to that of a thermoform paddle. The SLK paddle, meanwhile, is on the lower end. It does have more power than, say, a 16mm Gen 1 paddle, but for this category, it's easily going to the Pursuit Pro MX. Next, for pop and face stiffness, we are measuring this by how much power can be applied onto the ball with little to no movement of the paddle. So how quick the ball pops off when hitting blocks, counters, and punch volleys. As thinner core paddles, these do have more pop than the thicker paddles, but the Pursuit Pro MX noticeably provides more pop when compared to the SLK, so this category also goes to the Pursuit Pro MX. Moving on to the spin, the raw carbon fiber surface plays a big part here for the Engage Pursuit Pro line. The Engage paddle can produce top-tier spin that rivals the other Gen 2 raw carbon fiber paddles on the market. As mentioned earlier, the SLK Evo 2.0 Power Paddle uses a carbon fiber surface, but there's no peel-ply texture applied on top to add grit, so the surface is smoother and the spin generation is noticeably less. So for the category of spin, this goes to the Pursuit Pro MX. For the sweet spot and stability, thinner 13mm cores are usually lacking in this area compared to the thicker 16mm cores, though the edge foam in the Pursuit Pro models makes it have perimeter weighting, which expands the sweet spot. The paddle overall also has a higher static weight and is more stable than the SLK Power, so for sweet spot and stability, the Pursuit Pro comes out ahead again. Lastly, let's go over the durability of these paddles. Neither paddle is thermoformed, so neither one has to worry about issues like core crushing and delamination that Gen 2 paddles can face. Though the Pursuit Pro is unibody compared to the SLK paddles, which have the paddle face and handle as two separate construction pieces that are then connected together. These non-unibody paddles have a higher risk of snapping in half at the handle because they aren't one construction, which means the Pursuit Pro MX paddle also wins for durability. While the Pursuit Pro is over 2 times the price of the SLK Evo 2.0 line, with the higher cost, it also comes ahead in many categories and has more features which do make the paddle worth the higher cost. Especially if you are looking to buy a power paddle, it's the Engage Pursuit Pro MX paddle that fits the definition more than the SLK Evo 2.0 Power. But also with the Engage, you get more durability, a better sweet spot and stability, and significantly higher spin generation. You just need to be aware that the Pursuit Pro is on the slower end to swing for a 13mm elongated paddle. Down in the video description below, I've linked discount codes for people who worked on this video and work with the channel. The Engage code will get you 20% off your order from the Engage website at checkout, which brings the price of the paddle down from $260 to $208. Meanwhile, the SLK code will get you a gift card to SLK with your purchase.
Oh, was that on camera?
On camera.
Oh.